Oh my goodness, what's going on, everybody? It is your pal Hal hanging out with you on Friday, November 19th. It is 11 o'clock, 11:02. It just turned over here on the West Coast. We're going to be here with you till 1 o'clock on the West Coast, and it is 2:02 on the East Coast, and your pal Hal will be with you here on the back channel until 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. Am I right? If you've had a long week, you know what? The weekend is here. If you've been at home just, maxing and relaxing all week, keep doing it because the weekend is here. And again, it's a no judgment zone, a judgment free zone here on Backchannel with your pal Hal. And I'm excited to be with you, and so excited that folks can participate in the show. That's right. I want to hear from you. I want to know what is happening in your part of the world. Please let me know. Are you are you working right now? Are you relaxing? What are your weekend plans? And as always, what are you snacking on? Okay? We embrace snacks here. We love snacks here in the back channel, with your pal Hal. I always want to know if you're snacking on something tasty. I got some pretzel slims from Trader Joe's over here. I got some almonds on deck. Okay, so yeah, uh, I'm gonna come in here with snacks on deck. That is the your pal Hal promise. You can always betcha that I got some snacks on standby. And I got beverages. Oh, I'm double fisting. I got a water. I got a coffee. That's right. And it will be a miracle if I do not have to pause the show to go number one. All right. I'm already going there. TMI, you know what? IDGAF. You could work that acronym out in your head. Sometimes we're gonna go there, y'all. And again, the show is powered by your comments, your participation. I would love to communicate with you. So here's how you do that. You get your device's attention. Your device, I don't want to say it because it might set off all sorts of sensors, alarms. It might shut down your smart house if I say the name of your device. I'll say something that rhymes with it. Rhymes with pop sensation Bebe Rexha. I wonder what the name recognition for Bebe Rexha is. Do you know? Are you familiar? Well, she is a pop diva. Bebe Rexha. Your device rhymes with that. So get your device's attention. Bebe Rexha. Then the word "say" is your magic word. Then you could drop anything in there. Say, Hal, I'm having a decadent snack of chocolate covered strawberries. Say, Hal, I'm getting extra romantic with chocolate covered strawberries and champagne. Say, Hal, I'm having a romantic bubble bath with my partner right now, and you are our soundtrack. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I painted such a romantic scenario. Maybe is love in the air this Friday? I don't know. We'll see. And you can also participate by going to backchannel.tv. Go to backchannel.tv and type in whatever you want. I would love to hear from you. I want to hear what you're up to. I want to hear what your weekend plans are. I want to hear, again, what are you snacking on? And lighting our way through the darkness is producer Travis. Travis, are you in the house? What's going on? So let me just lob a question your way, Travis. Weekend plans. Got any?
Yes. I've got a friend in town for the weekend, which I'm going to try to coordinate where to hang out and how long to hang out because I want to see this person, but not like for a whole day, just like, yeah,
Okay.
let's grab lunch, catch up. I've also
Sure,
promised
sure.
a friend I would go see a new comedy show they're producing. Um, outside of a restaurant on 3rd Street in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna go to the comedy show? Oh, Third Street in Santa Monica. Maybe yeah, Third Street Promenade is a good place to kill a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You got some eateries, you got some shops.
Yeah, it'll be nice. See some outdoor. I have no idea what the show's gonna be. Should be an hour. That's about all I know about it. And no matter what, it's gonna be fine. Yeah. How about you? What's this weekend like for
Is that
you?
at the West Side Comedy Theater? Is that the West
No,
Side Comedy Theater?
it's literally on an outdoor stage in the it's outside of Johnny Rockets. It's outside of the
Oh,
Johnny Rockets on the
okay.
promenade.
Oh, Johnny Rockets, the 50s style diner where you can get a burger, some fries, a milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
What am I up to?
Yeah.
I am tonight. I'm going to do a comedy show in Hollywood. It's actually we're going to a studio to live stream the comedy show, and it's a talk show that they do once a month, and every month they have a different host for the talk show. I actually hosted it once about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and tonight's host of this show is one of the stars of Full House and Fuller House, Jodie Sweetin.
Oh,
Jodie Sweetin, who played the middle sister
that's
on
cool.
Full House. What was that? What was her character's name?
Looking that up right now.
Okay, not DJ Tanner. She was a Tanner.
Stephanie
Stephanie
Tanner.
Tanner. So yeah, tonight's show hosted by Stephanie Tanner of
Cool.
Fuller House. So very cool. Maybe I'll get a little inside scoop on those Olsen twins. I'll see if I'll ask her about Bob Saget, John Stamos, if Dave Coulier told any gave any inside scoop on Alanis Morissette because I guess those two used to date.
Yeah.
And I probably won't pry too much. I probably won't pry too much. But yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
That reminds
And
me, one thing I'm excited for this weekend, there's a new Alanis Morissette doc that just came out on HBO. That's apparently
yes,
very good.
yeah, HBO docs. They're doing a music box series where they're doing several music themed documentaries. Did you see the Woodstock '99 documentary, Break Stuff? I think it was called.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Woodstock 99, just an abomination, poorly planned and like the worst weather. It was just so hot. And then bottles of water were what, $7 or something. And they just did not have the infrastructure to support the festival. And yeah, and then the S hit the fan. And then, yeah, Limp Bizkit came up on stage, and Fred Durst like poured kerosene on the fire, so to speak. And the plumbing didn't work, and the porta potties started flooding, and you had just like a river of like just refuse crap, just a river of doo doo and pee pee from the porta potties. You had fires. I don't think you had the death toll that the that you experienced at Astro World recently, but Woodstock 99, there were sexual assaults. It was horrific. And I liked the documentary. I thought it was well done. It did I was talking with some folks, and it may have crossed the line in some of its judgment in regards to showing the nudity that was present, like
Right.
because a lot of women were going topless at the festival, and then lines were crossed as far as sexual assault at the festival, and the documentary was accused of exploiting some of the footage. Maybe they should have blurred out
Yeah.
some of the topless women. That's not what teenage me might have said. Teenage me would have watched the documentary and be like, any boobs? Like when I was a teenager, this was pre-internet. I was a teenager pre-internet, and like I would never. But now, as a thoughtful, slightly more mature human being, I'm like, oh, maybe they should have used a little more judgment
You
there.
know
I
what?
don't know, but
There's a human
we're,
being behind those.
yes, absolutely. And interesting about the Alanis doc, the Alanis the Alanis docuset
More
Morris-mentary.
series. Yeah.
Yes, the Alanis Morissette documentary. She voices so much of it, and she is a willing participant. But now she has refused to go on the press tour with the documentary, and she's disavowing it to a degree. Have you heard about this?
No, not yet.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if the final product was something that she is not happy with, but yeah. But that is that out already? Is it dropping this weekend?
I think it's out. I think it's out.
Gotcha. Jagged Little Pill. Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, one of the seminal like '90s albums, and Alanis Morissette. So yeah, an interesting story to be sure. The story of Canadian treasure, Alanis Morissette.
Oh yeah.
And also, I got to announce today. I don't know if she's hanging out with us yet, but my mom, who has been one of the number one fans of the Your Pal Hal show here on Backchannel, it's her birthday. November 19th. Happy birthday, Deborah Rudnick. I hope you hop in the stream soon. Give us a comment. Let us know what you're up to on your birthday. Mom, I love you. And here's to many more. Happy birthday, Mommy. Travis, good to see you, pal. I think without any further ado, we should jump into trending topics. We're going to see what's going down in the Twitterverse, the Twitter sphere, what is getting our attention, and let's talk about what people are tweeting about. Okay, the Twitterverse, and right out of the gate. So, those of you who may have been following this over the past month or so, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Wisconsin. Uh, that has been trending today, and the verdict has come in. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty in this trial, and it is interesting. The judge. I'll just say this: if you were following this case, the judge seemed to be somewhat biased in some of the language he was using, and I don't know if that portended what was to come, but he wouldn't let the murder victims. This kid killed two people. They wouldn't let the murder victims be called victims. He insisted they were called rioters, and yeah, it's interesting. Apparently, the prosecution did not do their job because he did murder two people, and it's just an interesting situation in as much as he showed up to a uh, a protest for racial injustice. Remember, the Kenosha protests were because James Blake, uh, a nonviolent criminal, was shot in the back 7 times by a by the police. So it's a disgusting video. It's out there. So it was yet more violence against people of color. So people were protesting that, and he showed up with a long gun. Um, if you show up locked and loaded, it's I think there's a problem. He was underage. He was driven there by his mother. But yeah, it's very complicated. But Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty. Welcome to America, folks. Also, I found it interesting that after they read that he was not guilty, the judge, who I think was, the judge had his phone rang during the trial, and his phone ring was proud to be an American. Listen, God bless the USA, but that's also kind of like Trump's theme song. And then someone took the stand he was a defense witness on behalf of Kyle Rittenhouse's attorneys, and The judge, because this person was a veteran, asked the jury to give him a round of applause. This is just weird, unprecedented stuff that the judge was doing. The judge also used racially insensitive language in regards to Asian people with a joke about the supply chain, in regards to in talking about people of color and black people. He used just like the very antiquated way of stating it. He called them blacks or a black. It's like, whoa, it's not 1961, Your Honor. And but the most interesting thing, after the verdict was read, uh, the Judge Schroeder stood up and after they acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse, he stood up and said, "Daddy likey," and then he took his gavel and did a mic drop, and then said, "We out, TGI Fridays on me," and they all went to TGI Fridays. He and Kyle Rittenhouse, and he gave Kyle Rittenhouse a piggyback ride out of the courtroom. None of that actually happened. None of
Okay,
that
just
actually
just just
happened.
making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah, but Travis, uh,
Uh-huh.
I tweeted something like that, uh, and then someone someone responded to me on Twitter and said, I said like, I said the judge said, "F yes, my dudes," or after the verdict was read, and someone tweeted at me, "No, he didn't, you tool." Um, it's called jokes. I'm just trying to cope with humor as I have most of my life with situations that I find troubling. You know what I mean, Travis?
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. That's one of those. Come on, everybody. Come on.
Hmm. Of course. Uh, Although this judge wasn't far from it. Uh, yeah, and I can't believe they took. There are photos of Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, there's no question that he was carrying a long gun, an AR-15,
Yeah.
uh, and he was 17 years old at the time. But their possession of a firearm or possession of a deadly weapon underage was taken off the table for some reason.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something
I,
particular to Wisconsin or whatever, but yeah, it's not great.
the judge dismissed that charge, and I think it had something to do with what I was reading, like the length of the barrel of the gun, because the barrel was longer. It could be, yeah. There's some sort of loophole that they threaded the needle with the loopholes, and yes, that is the reality we're in right now.
You know it's bad
So
when the next trending topic under the verdict is just the word sickening.
yeah, sickening. I also saw disgusted up there.
Yeesh.
So yep. Let's move on. We could talk about social justice and the state of the nation and these trials all day, but let's talk about some lighter stuff. Oh, we love here on the Your Pal Hal show, and love is in the air with Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Uh, Travis, let's find some Kim K and Pete D. There we go, holding hands. Look like she's in sweatpants. He's like in pajama pants, and they are just like they're hand holding official. She looks fresh faced, makeup free, perhaps. Not that I care. You could see his tattoos are less and less from the lasering, and yeah, this is a real deal. And a couple of interesting things about this. The I don't know if you can get a shot. I don't know if you can find the full body shot of them together. There we go. Keep going down. Yes. So if you can zoom in on her feet, I'm I'm not going full feet fetish right here. I'm just saying zoom in on her feet. So her ex-husband, uh, Ye, Kanye West, Ye as he goes by now, he is the founder. He created Yeezys, and she's wearing her husband's shoes while she's out with her new man. So, but what are you going to do when your husband is a tastemaker, got his finger on the pulse? He is, yeah, he's ubiquitous with the culture. And what are you going to do? They're driving in the car, the radio, like, maybe I wonder if like they like just really go for it and like they crank up College Dropout or Life of Pablo while they're driving in the car, and just have a laugh. But yes, this is just a pop culture made in heaven. um Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson. And then like a lot of the haters out there are like, what does she see in Pete Davidson? What do all these people see in Pete Davidson? Well, tall. And like we know, a lot of women like the talls. Okay. Like there are like people put out like videos and like and TikToks about, oh, if you're not over 6 feet tall, you need not apply. All right. Which as a 5'8" gentleman, hurtful, but I'm happily married, so no worries. Here is my wedding ring. Got it on deck, proof. Okay. One ring to rule them all. And Kim and Pete, and a lot of people. So, like, what else about Pete? Just seems like a chill dude. Like, like he just seems like a chill dude. Um, Great guy to roll a fat blunt with, hang out, watch a movie. And I guess Ariana Grande. Oh, there he is. Is he firing up? Is he fire? Travis, what do you think he's firing up, a cigarette or a J there? What do you think? What does his hat say? Does the hat say Calvin Klein? Go back, zoom in on
It
the hat.
does. I believe the hat is Calvin Klein. It's a Calvin Klein baseball cap. And I believe the caption reads,
Oh, a joint, which is legal in California.
yeah.
Later, the comedian was sporting dark nail varnish, was seen to be smoking what appeared to be a pre-roll. Oh,
Are
they
these are these my grandparents writing this?
a pre-rolled marijuana joint. Um, he's firing up a spliff, my dude. He's yeah, and so yeah, Pete's got that pre-roll on deck. Fire it up. Is it indica? Is it a hybrid? Is it sativa? We don't know. But Kim and Pete just living the life, just gallivanting around. Oh, okay. This just caught my eye. David Lynch is trending. Can I see why David Lynch is trending? One of my favorite directors. Listen, uh, one of my probably one of my top 10 favorite movies, Mulholland Drive. I love me some Mulholland Drive. Uh, oh, my mom is back. The birthday girl is in the house. Bow, bow, bow. Deborah Rudnick, happy birthday. Oh, she had an eggplant rollatini for lunch. That's getting me hungry. I am now hungry for a nice a nice eggplant parmesan, a nice eggplant rollatini. Yeah, so why is David Lynch trending here? Happy birthday, Mom. David Lynch on the set of The Straight Story. Okay, now it's just like we're celebrating Lynch. What's going on, Travis? What do you see?
I think this is just one of those instances of David Lynch. Everybody's thinking about him. Also, have you seen the videos of him reading the weather?
Oh yeah, those started out a few years ago, and
Yeah,
he's yeah, David um David Lynch reading the weather in California. Hello, I'm David Lynch, and I'm going to read the weather in Los Angeles. It's 72 degrees and sunny
that's pretty good.
yet again.
That's pretty good.
I'm workshopping it. I'm working on it. That's my David Lynch. David Lynch paid for this Lost Highway print advertisement himself. You got to love this man. 2 thumbs down, Siskel and Ebert. Two more great reasons to see Lost Highway. Yes, David Lynch, a often misunderstood filmmaker. Are you a David Lynch fan out there? Let us know. Let us know. Do you have a favorite David Lynch movie? Blue Velvet. The Twin Peaks, of course, the TV series, and then the return to the TV series. And in between that, you had the motion picture. David Lynch, Fire, Walk with Me. And again, like I was saying, I love the movie Mulholland Drive. It's just like a really brilliant mind f. And when you watch Mulholland Drive, I just like it's like a puzzle that you put together as it's going along, and you can kind of make your own assumptions about what the story is. I really dug that movie. Also, if you love Mulholland Drive, you should check out the David Lynch film Inland Empire. Inland Empire is almost like unpenetrable as like what is this about? It really is like a nightmare on film. I know I'm not selling it right now, but if you're interested in like, whoa, I am taken to this dream state of bizarre moments and scenes, and I like it's like a puzzle for me to put together. That is kind of fascinating to me. I thought Mulholland Drive was a very interesting watch. Also, I watched it like 15 years ago or something when it came out, like right after I got out of a relationship, like right after a breakup, and I was just in a weird mind space. So, Inland Empire, a deeper cut David Lynch that is like almost 3 hours of holy crap, what is this? I don't know if I like it or not. It makes Mulholland Drive look like a perfect linear narrative. Inland Empire. Do you have a favorite David Lynch, Travis?
Um, Eraserhead I saw very young, and I think that stuck with me ever since.
Yes.
Yeah,
Eraserhead is a great, startling, weird movie for sure. And then also David Lynch, he directed. I still need to see David Lynch's Dune because I'm a Dune stan of the new variety. And then also David Lynch directed Elephant Man,
that's
which is
right.
actually a great, like, it's a little bit more also the straight story. It's a little bit more is absolutely more toned down David Lynch, and you don't have as many of his insane crazy stuff, as like his crazy like nightmare dream tropes and bizarre uh allegories that he puts into his movies. But David Lynch, nice to see a little David Lynch trending for the right reasons. Sometimes when someone trends, you have those memes that come up of like, woo, like what is it? They put up the Denzel meme where he's like,
Oh yeah,
ho 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 ho,
they
I'm
ain't dead.
glad this person is
They-
still
They're
alive.
not dead. They're
So
just relevant.
yes, glad David Lynch is not dead, but relevant. Let's talk about a couple of other trending topics. Also, Melody joined the stream. Melody, glad to see you. Welcome to the party. And if anyone is hanging out with us, here is how you can communicate with us. I want to know, A, are you eating a snack? B, do you have any cool plans for the weekend? Like my guy Travis, going to a comedy show and going to be hanging out in the Third Street Promenade. Or C, just say anything at all. Get your device's attention and then use the magic word say. Say, I am going up in a hot air balloon this weekend. Say, I'm going to play paintball with my friends this weekend. Or tell us about a snack. Say, get your device's attention and say, Hal, I am eating a nice eggplant parmesan. I want to hear it. And then I will have, then I will be super jelly of your snack because we're only a half hour into the show and I'm already starving, Travis. That's how that works. It's 11:30 now, 11:31 on the West Coast. We're hanging out with you till 1 p.m. And on the East Coast, it is 2:31, hanging out till 4 on the East Coast. It is Friday, TGIF. Am I right? And I got a couple more trending topics here for you, Travis, if you wouldn't mind looking them up. Uh, oh, so Halle Berry um, is dealing with a lawsuit for her new movie Bruised, and we'll talk about that a little later. We're going to talk about spoiler alert, what movies are dropping this weekend, and it is a big. this is a big movie weekend, so you have that to look forward to. But Halle Berry is dealing. Can you search Halle Berry lawsuit? Yeah, I saw this trending earlier. Uh, I'm going to search it for it myself. So she plays an MMA fighter in this movie, Bruised, and in the movie she gets bruised literally from the fighting, and she's bruised emotionally, and it's a story of overcoming. Okay. Halle Berry trashes UFC fighter suing her after being axed from Bruised. Okay. This is from Radar Online. Halle Berry trashes UFC fighter suing her after being axed from Netflix film Bruised. Oh, and it's a big weekend. You got some big releases in the theaters that are simultaneously hitting Netflix, and we're going to get to that. Good movie watching weekend. Halle Berry is denying she caused UFC fighter Kat Zingano harm after cutting her from the new Netflix film Bruised, claiming she wasn't that great of a fighter. Ooh, shots fired. According to court documents obtained by Radar, the 55-year-old actress is firing back at the lawsuit, accusing her of breaching an oral agreement. As they previously reported, Zingano and Berry sued Berry back in August, accusing her of screwing up her career. The fighter claimed Berry reached out to offer her a role in Bruised. Zingano says she met Berry back in 2019. And yes, I know, like I had heard previous that Halle Berry had worked closely with a number of UFC fighters to get her style down, to add a degree of realism. And if you haven't seen any of the trailers or anything for Bruised, it looks like this rehabilitation of like getting my career back story, a little bit like Rocky meets Warrior. If you remember that Warrior movie with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy from maybe 2011, 2013. Warrior, really well done. Probably the best octagon MMA film we've ever seen. I mean, there have been a few of them at this point. That one is really good. Warrior's got a lot of heart to it, and but so she claims this fighter claims. To have been told she was perfect for the film. In the suit, the fighter said Berry told her to make sure to clear her schedule since production was starting soon. The UFC called Zingano shortly after her convo with Berry and offered her a big fight. Okay. And Zingano claims she told Berry about the offer. The suit claims the actress advised. So yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a she said situation here. And you know what? I think these two. I think Halle Berry should fight this woman, and whoever wins, uh, hit the gavel. The decision is in your favor. Like let's just put $500,000 on the line, winner take all. Here's some shots of we got some shots of Kat Zingano up here posing at the weigh-in. Strong. There you go. So Halle Berry is being sued. They'll probably settle out of court. Halle Berry will probably write her a big Hollywood check, and that'll be that. Who knows? We'll see. But I would like to see them. I would like to see them square off against each other in the octagon for reals. That would be, you know what? That would be justice. That would be justice. What else? Oh, Travis. Let me ask you this. Travis, you like a good party, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? So does Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen going through. She had some tough times. She'd fallen on tough times, like poor privileged Chrissy Teigen. Yeah. She and John Legend going through a tough time. I think it's I think it's a Chrissy with a Y, or no, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Everybody's
Either way,
learning in real time. I don't know how to spell. There we
sure,
go.
sure. So
Yikes, she did
Chrissy
it again.
Yeah, she did it again. So Chrissy Teigen got in trouble for bullying. Like a number of people came out and said like she sent direct messages. Like that Courtney Stodden, who was preyed upon by Doug Hutchinson, I think, who was like this older actor from The Green Mile and a few other things. And when he was like 50 and she was 16, her parents allowed her to marry this old man. And Chrissy Teigen, she was Courtney Stodden was not shy about like flaunting her curves and everything, and it was like a really kind of a gross story. But like she was a child and she was preyed upon, and Chrissy Teigen bullied her, and like I guess said like you should kill yourself in like a direct message or something to her, which is objectively awful. Okay, you shouldn't tell people to kill themselves. Hot take. Okay, and but Ananya, welcome to the party. And Ananya joined the stream. Good to see you here. And so Chrissy Teigen, she got semi-canceled. She was trying to make a big apology to everyone and maybe come back. And now she's in hot water again because, as you can see here, Chrissy Teigen is facing backlash for hosting a lavish Squid Game themed party. I mean, on first blush, kind of fun. Squid Game, international phenomenon, the most viewed Netflix show of all time. Squid Game, 8-part series. And I enjoyed Squid Game. Fun stuff. But the lavish, fancy Squid Game party goes directly against what Squid Game is trying to say about the class system and culture. That would be like throwing a rich, fancy Parasite themed party because Parasite was showing the difference between the haves and have nots. Squid Game is literally about rich, careless people, this like class of like just super rich mobsters and millionaire billionaires getting together on a private island to watch poor people essentially fight to the death, right? And Chrissy Teigen, who is absolutely a one percenter, is having this party where everyone, it's just optics are not great. Optics are not great. But also, she is under a microscope. I think I'm a little column A, a little column B. I think Chrissy Teigen should be able to throw a stupid party and be able to dress up like Squid Game, you know? Like I I don't think, also it's a fiction. The show is a fiction. And the show, it's just about taking the stuff out of it. Squid Game is about quote unquote Murder Island. It's about Murder Island. It's halfway. One of the coolest thing, oh, there we go, we had the servers at the party, the cater waiters were dressed up in full Squid Game guard regalia, the pink suits with the black face masks and the geometric symbols on it. But part of Squid Game, it's just about the style and the fashion and like the weirdness. Like, yeah, you got those tracksuits, which were dope. You got those pink jumpsuits with the black mask, which were sick as hell. Like, Squid Game was cool. So, I'm a little. I could see both sides of the argument. Do you have a thought? Should Chrissy Teigen have been? Was Chrissy Teigen wrong for having this Squid Game party? Let us know in the comments. You can talk to us by using the word say, address your device, use the word say, and then put your comment after that. Say, Chrissy Teigen is horrible and should be held accountable. Or say, let the woman have some fun. Yeah, I think it's bad optics. It is. It does smack of a little bit of like carelessness. It's like you missed the point of the show to shine a spotlight on wealth inequality, among other things. So, and you can also join us at backchannel.tv for more communication in that way. You can type in your messages to us on your keyboard. Other trending topics. Okay. Just to hit a couple more things. For you baseball fans out there, just want to highlight Shohei Ohtani, the great Japanese ball player who plays for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. By the way, pick a city, Angels. Los Angeles Angels, yeah, whatever. Shohei Ohtani was the unanimous MVP. And just a fun fact about this guy, he hit and he pitched at all-star caliber levels. And to give you just a sort of a parallel to this, that's like if Tom Brady uh, played quarterback and then turned around and then played linebacker later in the game. You know, that's like if Tom Brady threw a touchdown and then when the Patriots or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were on defense, Tom Brady got out on the field, was a linebacker, and went out and sacked the other team's quarterback. That's what Shohei Ohtani was doing. Unprecedented, historic, just a historic achievement. Okay. Yeah, shout out Shohei. I am here for the show. Shohei Ohtani, historic feats in Major League Baseball. Also, one other thing, baseball wise, the Cleveland Indians have now officially changed their name. I guess it went through. It's locked in. The next season, locked and loaded. They are the Cleveland Guardians. There it is. Look at their Twitter. The Cleveland Guardians, which I don't know if that's my favorite name, but here's the thing. Ethnicity, race, it's not a costume. It's like, I've seen t-shirts that have said, like, call team, hey, the New York Caucasians or whatever. So eh, listen, I know there are certain pockets of ethnicity, like the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, so they're celebrating this warrior. When is it okay? When is it not okay? The Washington football team, very not okay. Glad that they changed their previous name. Hopefully, they can come up with something a little more creative than the Washington football team. The Washington gentlemen who play the game of football. I mean, what the hell? Although that is a tradition in soccer and or football as opposed to football, European football as opposed to American football, of calling like this a football club, like the Los Angeles, isn't there like their LAFC, Los Angeles Football Club? There's some Guardian swag. The Guardians, yeah, about that name, it's just easy to make fun of. The Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy. I would like them to have that night and bring in a Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Travis is coming in. What's going on, Travis?
I just want to point out the reason I have inside intel on this is I have a friend from Cleveland. The Guardian name comes from the Lorraine Carnegie Bridge in Cleveland, which has these
Okay,
gigantic statues known as the Guardians adorning the bridge all the
gotcha.
way around.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Top of the afternoon to you, Stacy. Great to see you here. Thank you, our friend Stacy, joining us all the way from the great state of Texas. Don't mess with Texas and don't mess with my pal Stacy. You are hanging out with your pal Hal. Stacy, do you root for a baseball team in Texas? You got a couple of them down there. The Rangers, the Astros. The Astros just lost in the World Series. Any baseball? Also, you got three basketball teams down in Texas, an embarrassment of riches: San Antonio Spurs, Houston Rockets, Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, go Rangers. Thank you, Stacy. Very cool, very cool. The Rangers have had a great tradition of some awesome ball players back in the day: Nolan Ryan, Juan Gonzalez, and numerous others. And Josh Hamilton, great MVP for the Texas Rangers in the early 2000s. Stacy, great to see you. And yes, oh, so one other talking about the Cleveland Guardians. Oh, I like these mascots. Can we click on that picture of the hot dog and those three? Yeah, listen, I love mascots, Travis, and anyone in dumb costumes. Can we get a close up? I can't tell what that thing is on the right. So it's like a bratwurst, a hot dog. Oh, first off, I'm offended by the one on the left. Go back to the one on the left. Don't put ketchup. Don't put ketchup on your hot dog. Ketchup does not belong on a hot dog. Okay? Shots fired right here. I'm calling you out. Don't do that. It's mustard, it's sauerkraut, maybe some onions, maybe some cheese, maybe some chili, ketchup. Nah, that's hamburgers. That's hamburgers, my dude. Okay, one more thing about the Cleveland Guardians. I think yeah, I cannot tell what that is. That looks like some sort of sandwich. I don't know. Travis, do you have any idea what the hell that is on the right? That's just a frightening woman sandwich.
I can see onions. That's all I got, are onions. She got onion
Oh, is that
earrings.
onions? Oh, are those onion
I'm
earrings?
not sure
Oh,
about the blouse, I guess is what you call it, but these look like onions to me.
the good use of the word blouse, Travis. I like the Cleveland Guardian. Oh, what about the Cleveland Legal Guardians? So like the club is named after someone who can escort you on a field trip or will look after you. We are not your parents. We are the Cleveland Legal Guardians. So for now, I'm going to call them the Cleveland Legal Guardians. The Guardians Hot Dogs. Wow, they have their own Twitter account. Let's see. You know what? Let's see what some of the things that the Guardians Hot Dogs are tweeting. We are on the Twitter account of the formerly the Cleveland Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians. And I support. I am here for the name change. Although I don't know if it's the best name. It's cool though. It's cool. Easy to make fun of. And did somebody say Indians rain delay? You know what that means. It's time for the official tribe hot dog rain delay video. Cool. Scrolling. Like, so yeah, we're gonna have to get this out of our system because their whole Twitter feed is all Indians and now they're Guardians. Should
Yeah.
they just like should they just like reboot and start over? I don't know. Yeah, so we just have these creepy giant hot dog creatures. Visited the Cleveland Guardians team store. Uh, the Cleveland hot dogs on deck for a good time. Yes, there they are shoplifting from the team store. And all right, not that interesting. The Cleveland Guardians hot dogs Twitter. But that leads us to a new segment here that we've been enjoying on the Your Pal Hal show. Twitter deep dive. Twitter deep dive. That's right, folks. We are going to dive deep into the Twitter account. By the way, Stacy says, as far as football goes, Dallas Cowboys have the team that kicks butt. Stacy, Cowboys look good this season. They got a lot of weapons. They got Dak Prescott, very solid quarterback, back from injury. Nice to see that Dak Prescott is holding it down. And then they got Ezekiel Elliott, CD Lamb, Amari Cooper. The team is loaded with weapons. Stacy, maybe at the end of this year, you might be saying, how about them Cowboys? So good luck to your squad down there. I have no hate for the Cowboys. I enjoy them. And the AT&T Stadium. Stacey, have you ever been to AT&T Stadium? It's supposed to be one of the dopest stadiums in all of the NFL. We got a big stadium out here in Los Angeles now, in Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium. And we talked about the renaming of our basketball arena in Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena. Mixed feelings about that. Have you ever been to AT&T Stadium? Stacy, let us know. All right. So, Travis, you mentioned that we are doing our new segment, the Twitter Deep Dive. Today, we are going to read from the Twitter account that belongs to the foremost barber shop in the nation, Supercuts. That's right. We're going to see what Supercuts has to say on their Twitter account. This segment, not sponsored by Supercuts, not sponsored by anyone, just sponsored by me and Travis. Okay. All right, Travis, if you can make it bigger so I can read it, that would be amazing. Great. Here we go. Oh, a little smaller because my picture is covering some of the words. Or scroll up. There we go. All right, let's just read their top line. Yeah, there we go. Supercuts at Supercuts. You can go there and follow along with us. It's not just any haircut. It's hashtag Supercuts, the smarter, more efficient way to get a haircut. Visit one of our convenient locations. Now, when they say smarter, more efficient way, are they saying cheaper? Is that what they mean? I don't know, because I don't know what efficient means. Like, are they going to do it faster? Smarter? Why is it smarter? I think they want to say cheaper, and they've come up with two euphemisms that do not take the place of cheaper. My mom chiming in on the Rittenhouse verdict. Yep, mom, we talked about it a little earlier. Yep, we already talked about the Rittenhouse verdict. Now we're talking about Supercuts and they've got 9,000 followers. All right, Supercuts. You're cheaper. I would say change the wording in your description. Let's see what you're tweeting. If you're not ending every haircut with a hot towel, you're doing it all wrong. Check in now at supercuts.com. I'm not. I am rarely ending my haircuts with a hot towel. So apparently I'm doing it all wrong. Also, Travis, I talked about this, I think last week. I've exclusively begun cutting my own hair thanks to the pandemic. We bought a pair. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the show, I will. Stacy has not been to the to AT&T Stadium. Thank you, Stacy. So Ariel, welcome. If Ariel joined the stream, good to see you here. So during the pandemic, I bought a pair of dog clippers to cut my dog's hair because we were locked down. We weren't taking them to the groomers, and they were getting shaggy. Now we have a mobile groomer that comes by. It's it's a game changer, lifesaver, game changer. But I started using the dog clippers on my own dome. That's right. I started cutting my own hair, and I've got a whole system. So you have the different measurements. So you put the guard on. So like I started using a number 3, a little too short. Then I went to number 6. Now I'll just go around with a number 9 all around the sides and the back. Get my wife in to clean up the garbage that I missed, just to clean it up a little bit. And then I just cut on top, and then and then put it between my fingers and buzz the top. So I've got a system down, and you know what? For the time being, it's working. Yeah, see, look, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you, Travis. All right, let's go back and read some more of these tweets from Supercuts. Follow Friday. All right. Okay. Get that fresh cut feeling with our hot towel. Okay, they are pimping that hot towel hard. This is something you could do at home, folks. Spoiler alert. If you want to feel like you're at Supercuts. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, in slow motion. Oh, look at the steam. That towel looks too hot. I think that guy got burned right there. That was that's steaming hot. Ouch. Let that towel cool off, yo. But if you wet a towel, like first off, you could just like put like boiling water on the towel and then let it cool off for a moment, or just wet the towel, put it in the microwave, take it out, and slap it on your dome. You got the hot towel treatment. Next, Supercut lets you get a quality haircut without missing a beat. Okay, it's just not any haircut. It's Supercuts. Get a super convenient haircut. Check in now. Let me see the people in this. This guy needs a haircut. This conductor. Yeah, this I like. I'm distracted by this conductor and his long hair. He needs to get his ass to Supercuts. All right, keep scrolling, please. Um, if you can make time for a quick haircut, Supercuts can make time for you. It's not just any haircut. It's okay. Uh, fine. Uh, we have a courtroom scenario here. Pimping Supercuts. Get a quality haircut and get right back in the nick of. So they're saying it's fast and cheap. I think they're saying fast and cheap without saying fast and cheap. I say, why be coded in your language? Just and they're talking about uh they're talking about Supercut. Oh, here's a fun animated cartoon. National Relaxation Day. They're pimping the hot towel. So basically, I'm learning that Supercuts is it's fast, cheap, and offers a hot towel. Fast, cheap, and offers a hot towel. Let's see. I'm doing some quick scrolling on my own here. Oh, here's a good. They got the Bernie Sanders meme. So yeah, sir, would you like to remove your coat and mittens before I put on your cape? Okay, well done, Supercuts joining in. So that was like January of last year. When did they tweet that? What's the date of that tweet? Yeah, back January 25th. Okay, so Supercuts, not super active on Twitter. Supercuts, not super active on Twitter. And TikTok, clock's ticking for your last haircut of 2020. Oh, getting a little political there with the Rudy Giuliani. Did a DIY cover up fail you this week? Let us blend your gray in less than 20 minutes. I like that. Supercuts banging on Rudy Giuliani. If you remember his unhinged press tour where Rudy went to Four Seasons landscaping. And then Rudy would listen. The kids talk about the drip, okay? And when they talk about the drip, they're talking about your swag. They're talking about like, oh, are you wearing a fly tracksuit? Are you wearing some nice kicks? Do you have like a rolly? Okay, you got mad drip. Are you is your clothing on point? Rudy had drip of another kind. He used, I guess, shoe polish to cover up his gray. And then he's a profuse sweater because as most of us know, Rudy is a problem drinker. And just an embarrassing year for Rudy Giuliani, formerly America's mayor. Also, we're going to talk about some reviews and recommendations in just a moment. I had talked about the show Dope Sick on Hulu, which I highly recommend. It really gives you a complete picture of how the Sackler family helped plunge America into the opioid epidemic. Really good series on Hulu with Michael Keaton, Peter Sarsgaard, Rosario Dawson. But there's just another black mark on Rudy's track record. He was the Sacklers' lawyer in their negotiations with the government about their penalties and about their fines. So Rudy Giuliani really going from America's mayor to piece of crap, and also great comedic actor in Borat 2 subsequent movie film. Borat 2 subsequent movie film, some very funny stuff. Rudy Giuliani, oh boy. Maybe time to just get out of the spotlight. Maybe just take a back seat from public life. Stacy chiming in. I have my mom cut my hair whenever my hair gets in the way. Right on, Stacy. You know what? If you get a free haircut, live your life. I'm a free haircut guy because I am cutting my own hair. But sometimes I tip myself. Sometimes I'll put a couple of bucks on the counter for myself and say, "Hey, Hal, looking good. Nicely done." And then I say, "Hey, thanks for the haircut." And then I say, "You're welcome." That's how that works. I'm talking to myself when I give myself haircuts. Is that a cry for help? Do I have pandemic brain? Maybe. But listen, I haven't paid for a haircut in 2 years. Oh, how do you like me now? You're hanging out with your pal Hal. Thank you, everybody, for. We can get rid of. I'm sick of Rudy Giuliani's face. Please, Travis. Thank you. That was not a lovely image. I was staring at a giant picture of Rudy Giuliani grimacing with his colored sweat, his dark dye job rolling down his face in a bead of sweat. And you're hanging out with your pal Hal, and the way is lit by producer Travis, and you're on Backchannel. You can talk to us. It is just about noon. It is 2 minutes after noon. You can talk to us by getting your device's attention, using the word say, and then dropping whatever info you want after that. Say, "Hal, I got big weekend plans. I'm driving up the coast and I'm going wine tasting." Or say, "Hal, I'm eating pizza with pepperoni." Tell us whatever you want. I want to hear from you. Are you snacking? Do you have weekend plans? Also, if you are on your computer, you can go to backchannel.tv and talk to us there. Just like my mom, the birthday girl, Deborah Rudnick. Mom, happy birthday once again. Glad to be chit-chatting with you. All right, folks, we're going to shift gears right now and go to a little segment we call Streaming Recs and Reviews. Bam, certified watched. Actually, I'm going to contradict what that says because I'm going to tell you what is going to drop in the theaters this weekend. And some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about right now in the theaters and on streaming simultaneously. We live in a golden age of access to certain movies, and that is not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst thing in the world. You're welcome, Mom. All right. And Stacy, thank you for validating me. I appreciate you. Stacy is like is told me it's not a call for help that I talk to myself while I'm giving myself a haircut, and I appreciate that, Stacy. Thank you for being here for me. Okay, let's see what is coming up. We got a big slate of movie releases this weekend, and first off, coming to the theaters, Ghostbusters Afterlife. The new Ghostbusters movie is hitting the theaters. And let's take a look at what kind of Rotten Tomatoes ratings. Yep. 2 hours and 4 minutes runtime. Okay, at least it's not pushing 3 hours or 2.5. Okay, because some of these I feel like movies have gotten longer as we've gone along now. Paul Rudd, Finn Wolfhard, who, if you have a nostalgia themed movie or TV show, I guess Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and the It series. Listen, if you want a kid who can ride bikes like they did in the 80s, I was a kid who rode bikes all the time in the 80s. Finn Wolfhard is your go-to guy, and directed by the son of the original Ghostbusters director, Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman. Ghostbusters is hitting theaters, and it is at 62% on the tomato meter, so just fresh. It is just fresh so far. A 96% audience score. So let's read some snippets of reviews that they got here on Rotten Tomatoes. Reitman's film is guided by a barely hidden contempt for the intelligence of the fans it so desperately courts. Ooh, wow. Oliver Jones of The Observer saying that Jason Reitman is insulting the intelligence of his fans. Here's another one. Stephanie Zacharek of Time Magazine. Ghostbusters Afterlife isn't original or appealing enough to stand on its own. Okay, well, that I see what you're saying, Stephanie, but it is like if you are going to Ghostbusters Afterlife, well, I guess it needs to stand on its own because like they want to do millions of dollars in box office, hundreds of millions of dollars. So you got to get the new kids who have not seen the original, but a lot of it is going to come from Ghostbusters, the existing IP, and the original film just still is so beloved. Okay, here's a positive review. Those were two. Had the splat picture on Rotten Tomatoes. And here's a positive review. At its best, Ghostbusters Afterlife simply delivers a good time, combining upgraded special effects with comedy and youthful angst, while taking a little too long to get to the good stuff. Yeah, some of these movies lately, like I found that some of the Godzilla movies, especially the first one, the first Godzilla movie, it took us a little while to get to like the big Godzilla battle. So here's a weird comment. Sean Burns from North Shore Movies says a dungeon of necrophilia. So I guess there's sex with dead people in the new Ghostbusters movie. Although Dan Aykroyd in the first Ghostbusters received oral sex from a ghost. So yeah, it's I guess maybe there's an homage to the necrophilia oral sex in the first movie. It happened. One more review from the Irish Independent. Should I read this with an Irish accent? Weaknesses in the storyline and lack of satisfying villain become problematic eventually. But Afterlife is very funny at times, and Carrie Coon is excellent, as is Paul Rudd. Aye. Uh, Apologies to any Irish people listening right now. Ghostbusters is haunted by its past, but the thrill ride does blow off the cobwebs. All right, so listen, they're cashing in on nostalgia, but it sounds like, if you don't think too hard, there's going to be some good times. There's going to be some good times. Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters now. Are you a huge Ghostbusters fan? Are you planning on seeing Ghostbusters? Let us know. Talk to us in the chat. You can talk to us by getting your device's attention and using the word say, and then drop in whatever you want to talk about after that. Say, I love the original Ghostbusters. Say, I think Ghostbusters 2016 with Melissa McCarthy is underrated. Say, I ain't afraid of no ghost. Whatever you want. Or you can type your message to us by going to backchannel.tv. I am your pal Hal, hanging out with you on Backchannel. Also coming out this weekend. Oh, a movie that I'm super pumped about. Like this looks really good. The reviews are good. And as we mentioned earlier this week, I believe, we're fans of Will Smith right here on the Backchannel on your pal Hal. Will Smith, I mean, I want to be adopted by Will and Jada. Let's get that out of the way. So Will Smith is portraying the father of Venus and Serena Williams in the new film King Richard. And people are talking Oscars for the movie and for Will Smith. They're saying nominations and maybe awards in the future. And I definitely want to see this. Will Smith has had some great performances in his career. Pursuit of Happiness, Ali, and then of course he's just like a super fun box office badass in all sorts of action movies. Independence Day, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was mixed, but he was good in it. And this film, 91% on the Rotten Tomato meter so far, which is super good. And here's just a quick synopsis of it. Armed with a clear vision and a brazen 78-page plan, Richard Williams is determined to write his daughters, Venus and Serena, into history. Training on Compton, California's neglected tennis courts, rain or shine, the girls are shaped by their father's unyielding commitment and their mother's balanced perspective and keen intuition. Defying the seemingly insurmountable odds and prevailing expectations laid before them, based on the true story that will inspire the world, King Richard follows the uplifting journey of a family whose unwavering resolve and unconditional belief ultimately delivers two of the world's greatest sports legends. Yes, I mean, Venus and Serena, uh, badasses, absolute legends. Serena Williams, one of the maybe one of the goats. Yeah, the goat as far as like not just women's tennis, but tennis. Her her Grand Slam titles and her championships and her perseverance, very strong. Stacy says she's seen Ghostbusters and she has a DVD of a Ghostbusters movie. Very nice, Stacy. And Stacy, what's the last movie you watched? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. So here's some great pictures of Venus and Serena. Yeah, just amazing athletes. Venus started out like 'cause she's the older sister. She started out as the stronger player, and I man, I forget what tournament it was, but they had like a few years into both of their journeys as tennis players. They had an amazing match where that was sort of like a changing of the guard, and Serena defeated Venus in like their first major and then really blossomed. And Serena, one of the great athletes of all time, Serena Williams, won the we had a trivia question about Serena the other day. She won the I think it was the Australian Open while she was pregnant. Serena Williams just she is up there with your Michael Jordans, your like Babe Ruth, Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, just an amazing champion, and Venus, no slouch in her own right. King Richard looks to be a real good movie opening this weekend. And also, in regards to King Richard, available on HBO Max. If you got the HBO Max, then uh, you can watch King Richard this weekend, and then we can come in talk about it Monday morning. That's how that works. Stacy saw the classic Ghostbusters. Very cool. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, you know what? That would be a fun double watch. Watch the original Ghostbusters, then go to the theater and see the new Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2, very mixed reviews. That's the one where this evil painting comes to life in the museum. And then guess what? There's ghosts. uh, Ghostbusters, the one with Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. I really like Kate McKinnon in that movie. She's great. Chris Hemsworth is pretty funny. He's got some good stuff in that movie. Underrated film. It got a lot of hate. It didn't have a great villain, and there was some it definitely was not the greatest, but it was fun. It was fun. I think there were some likable parts, not the best. Not definitely did not exceed the original. By the way, King Richard on the longer side, 2 hours 26 minutes, but hopefully Will Smith will make us forget about the length and we'll be along for the ride. Also out this weekend, coming to theaters. And we talked about Bruised with Halle Berry. We talked about the lawsuit, and Bruised, it's available on Netflix and in theaters this weekend. Halle Berry, her name is Jackie Justice. that's kind of ironic because Halle Berry was married to a Major League Baseball player named David Justice for a minute. So I wonder how he feels about that. They are now divorced. But in the 90s, she was married to the great Atlanta Brave and New York Yankee baseball player David Justice. That's interesting. Okay, just a little fun fact for me. I'm a sports nerd. I'm going to call that stuff out. Jackie Justice, aka Halle Berry, is a mixed martial arts fighter who leaves the sport in disgrace, down on her luck and simmering with rage and regret after years after her fight. She's coaxed into a brutal underground fight by her manager and boyfriend, Desi, and grabs the attention of a fight league promoter who promises Jackie a life back in the octagon. But the road to redemption becomes unexpectedly personal when Manny, the son she gave up as an infant, shows up at her doorstep. Wow. Mom, what about me? So, an emotional journey. Bruise marks the directorial debut of Academy Award winner Halle Berry. Halle Berry, an Academy Award winner for the movie Monsters Ball. Monsters Ball, a powerful movie with Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton. And it also stars Adrian Lennox, Sheila Atom, Valentina Shevchenko, Stephen McKinley Henderson in a triumphant story of a fighter who reclaims her power in and out of the ring. Listen, she's emotionally bruised. She left in disgrace. She had to give up her child, and she's physically bruised because she's a fighter. That's how that works. Fighter who reclaims her power in and out of the ring when everyone has counted her out. There you go. Bruised. Oh, and we were talking about the great character actor Stephen McKinley Henderson the other day, and speak of the devil, Stephen McKinley Henderson showing up in Bruised. I mean, at this point, I think we can call him friend of the show, Stephen McKinley Henderson. I mean, that's goals. That's goals. Would love to have Stephen McKinley Henderson. Oh, Stacy said she falls asleep in when she goes to the movies. Stacy, that's my mom's issue. My mom always says that if the movie keeps her awake, it's a good movie. Stacy, looking forward to seeing some of this stuff on DVD. Very nice. Or you can see it on streaming. Sounds great. Halle Berry, very good viewing, says my mom. Yeah, mom, if you want, you can watch this on Netflix, and then we can talk about it on my podcast next week or something. And one other release coming out this weekend that I wanted to mention, and that is Come On, Come On. Come On, Come On is getting some great ratings, and it stars Oscar winner Joaquin Phoenix. 90% on the tomato meter. And this movie looks like it's kind of like the anti-Joker. Because Joker's like, oh my God, the world is going to hell in a handbasket. And this kind of encapsulates it in a nutshell. But Come On is a movie that's supposed to be sweet and full of hope. Here's a synopsis of this new film. Johnny, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and his young nephew, played by a young actor named Woody Norman, forge a tenuous but transformational relationship when they are unexpectedly thrown together in this delicate and deeply moving story about the connections between adults and children, the past and the future, from writer-director Mike Mills. So there you have a synopsis of it. Gabby Hoffman, who you might remember from the TV show Girls, is also in the film. And here are a couple of the critics' notes about Come On, Come On, Come On, which is coming to theaters this weekend. There's not a lot of plot here, but there's life as we know it. And as the movies don't always bottle it, and that's enough. So it's giving you just a taste of life, and it doesn't feel like manufactured and spat out like, oh, here's a feel good movie, rah rah. So that's nice. That description reminds me a little bit of the Richard Linklater film from a few years ago, Boyhood. Boyhood, a great film that is sort of your atypical. I mean, atypical for any movie. Boyhood was made over the course of what, 12 years. They kept returning to the same actors and the same story. So that's very cool. Here's another review: a sincere drama about relationships. And here's a bad review of it. Manola Dargis of the New York Times, she's a well regarded critic. Come On is a nice movie about characters who are so nice that I almost feel bad for not being nicely disposed towards them or this movie. Okay, okay. And also, Come On is in black and white. But it looks interesting. It looks like there's a lot of cool emotion and a nice journey. And Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors working today. So come on, 90% on the tomato meter, pretty good. Those are some of the films that are available this weekend. We got King Richard also on HBO Max and Bruised on Netflix. Are you predisposed to seeing any of these movies? Are you looking forward to any of them? Let us know. You can tell us by talking to your device using the word say, and tell us what movie you want to see most there. Say, I want to see Ghostbusters Afterlife. Or say, I want to see Halle Berry kick some ass in Bruised. Or you can chit chat with us on Backchannel.tv. Backchannel.tv. It's 12:22 on the West Coast, 3:22 on the East Coast. I will be with you here till the top of the hour, till 1 o'clock on the West Coast, and 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Right now, we are going to shift gears and do a little trivia. And this is theme trivia. Your pal Hal is going to take you through some music trivia. That's right. Music trivia. Hey, Travis, can you give us the music trivia theme song?
Uh, uh, we don't have that yet. We don't have that yet.
Noted. I guess I'll have to make it up right here on the spot. Deedle dee dee, deedle dee doo, music trivia. Check your knowledge about music. Yeah. All right. Listen, we're doing our best with these improvised theme songs. All right, music trivia. Here is score along at home. Play. You can play by talking to your device and putting your answers in there. Also, don't Google. Don't Google. That's, what's the point of that? What's the point of Googling? Travis, come on up. I'm gonna see if what your knowledge is in regards to these music trivia questions as we ask along. And again, don't blurt out the answer, please, Travis, but go ahead and let us know if you think you have an answer or not. All right. And then we'll eventually give the answers. Olivier joined the stream. Olivier, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. And the first question in the world of music trivia: who was the very first American Idol winner? Who was the very first American Idol winner? You can let us know by, again, talking to your device, using the word say and dropping in the answer. Say, Ruben Studdard. That would be wrong. He was a judge. Or you can type in your answer at backchannel.tv. Who was the very first American Idol winner? American Idol started, in like 2001. And when American Idol did start, it had two hosts, Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman. If anyone remembers that, Brian Dunkelman made the interesting choice to leave the show, or maybe he was fired from the show. I don't know. And millions of dollars later, stuff happens. So, Travis, Do you know the answer?
I do.
Very nice. I'll give everybody else a hint out there. She has her own talk show nowadays. Travis, go ahead and lay it on us.
The answer to this question is Kelly Clarkson.
There you go. Kelly Clarkson, our very first American Idol winner. That is our first trivia question. Let's keep it going with question number 2. Going back to some classic rock. Keith Moon and John Entwistle of The Who are said to have inspired the name of which other classic rock band? Keith Moon and John Entwistle of The Who are said to have inspired the name of which other classic rock band? Travis, any thoughts?
I know exactly who this is.
Very nice, very nice. All right. Keith Moon, John Entwistle of The Who, said to inspire the name of this band. And let's go ahead and reveal who it was.
The answer to this question is Led Zeppelin.
Yes. There you go. Keith Moon of The Who, Zeppelin, their name. Moon over like a lead balloon. There you go. And hence Led Zeppelin, a lead balloon, a lead blimp that would sink. But as we know, Led Zeppelin, they did okay for themselves. Travis, I don't know how big of a classic rock fan you are, but better band, The Who or Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Without
I
question.
think The Who is like right there, but I would say just Led Zeppelin has like they just rock so hard. The Who's great though. I love The Who. Roger Daltrey, Pete Townsend, but are you a Who fan at all?
I've gained a deeper appreciation for them as I've gotten older, largely Eminence Front and what it did for opening the window for sounds like the Talking Heads or even like Prince in some regards for that sort of like hybrid rock R&B thing. But for a
Gotcha.
while, they just seemed kind of vanilla compared to Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Led Zeppelin, legendary rock band. That's how they got their name. Very cool story there. Okay, let's move on to music trivia question number 3. Music trivia question number 3. Who was the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We were talking about the Cleveland Guardians earlier, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. Who was the first lady in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, to break up this dude fest. Like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, big sausage fest. Let's get a lady in there. Let's get more ladies in there. Who was the first lady? Do you have any thoughts on that, Travis?
It took me a second. I had a guess, and turns out, guess was right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone listening, I will give you a hint. She is known as the Queen of Soul. She is known as the Queen of Soul. I'll give you another hint. Portrayed in two movies this past year. Travis, who you got?
That is the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. There
Finally
it
got
is.
her RESPECT.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. That is question number 3. How are you doing at home? Have you got how many right? How many wrong? And here we go. Question number 4. What other legendary vocalist is a cousin of Whitney Houston? What legendary vocalist is the cousin of Whitney Houston? If you want to answer the question, use the word say, talk to your device, and you can say Lady Gaga, and that would be incorrect. Lady Gaga is not the cousin of Whitney Houston. Travis, do you have any thoughts on that?
I had no clue. I
No clue.
was absolutely in the dark, but now this makes sense.
Gotcha. And I will throw a hint out there for everyone. Whitney Houston's cousin, famous singer in her own right, has become a bit of a presence on Twitter in the past year. People were very delighted by her talking to some of the stars of today because she's considered a star of yesteryear. And she is portrayed by SNL's Ego Odom on Saturday Night Live as the host of her own talk show. And on top of that, she came on the Ego Odom talk show and was interviewed as herself interviewing herself, just like I do with myself as I'm giving myself a haircut. Uh, the famous singer who is the cousin of Whitney Houston is Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick. Yes, yes. My mom has gotten a couple of these correct. Aretha, Dionne, very nice mother. Oh, wow. Dionne Warwick. See, good work. Travis jumping into Dion's Twitter. Maybe we should do a deep dive into Dion's Twitter next week. Dionne Warwick commenting on the Taylor Swift Red song. If that young man has Taylor's scarf, he should return it. Okay, she's calling you out, Jake Gyllenhaal. If you have Taylor's scarf, you heard from Dionne Warwick. What are you going to do? Not listen to Dionne Warwick, Jake Gyllenhaal? Respect your elders. Get the woman her scarf back. Just, get the address. Go down to the UPS store. Have your personal assistant go down to the UPS store. It's a scarf. The postage, not going to be expensive. A very light item. And there you go. Maybe put a note in there. Little, hey, love the song. Sorry I've had this for so long. You get it back to her. Come on. Don't be one of those guys that borrows something or has something. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll get it back to you. And never does. All right. We got a couple more music trivia questions, everybody. Here we go. The next music trivia question. This is a Queen question. Talking Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody has been like a song that has been kind of now and forever. It was big in the 70s, came back with Wayne's World in like the late 80s, early 90s, and then it came back again because we all went Queen crazy when the movie Bohemian Rhapsody came out. So, here's your question. Which astronomer is name dropped in Bohemian Rhapsody? Which astronomer is name dropped in Bohemian Rhapsody? Let us know in the comment section. You can use the word say and drop your answer in after that. Get your device's attention and then use the word say and say, was it Neil deGrasse Tyson? No. You would be incorrect. Travis, did you know this one?
I had to scan through the lyrics, had to think about the sections, but I found it.
So you didn't know it.
Off the dome, I mean, I had to think through the song. All right, what are we talking about here? And then I got to the section mentally and went, right.
But did you see it on paper? You saw it on the screen.
No,
you didn't
no.
sing it in your head.
I
you figured it out without looking.
Some limitless math, and it came up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your beautiful mind found it.
Thank you.
All right. Who is the astronomer name dropped in Bohemian Rhapsody? The answer may shock you. The answer to that question is Galileo. Galileo Figaro. And so on and so forth. We could reenact, Travis and I could reenact that scene from Wayne's World, maybe on a future episode of Backchannel here with your pal Hal. Next, we have one more question. Actually, Two more trivia questions here. Cardi B. Cardi B actually has a song on the new movie Bruised that we were talking about with Halle Berry. Cardi B has you know her from she was in the movie Hustlers, and she's all about she's making money moves, and she and Megan Thee Stallion sang about their WAP. Here's the question. Cardi B starred on what reality show? Cardi B starred on what reality show? Travis?
Got nothing.
Got nothing? All right. Folks, we're asking, what about Cardi B? What reality show did she star on? I'll give you a hint. It was not Top Chef. Here's one more light hint. It wasn't The Amazing Race. It wasn't Big Brother. It once you hear the answer, it does make sense if you don't know. Cardi B starred on the reality show Love and Hip Hop. There we go. Thank you, Travis. Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B made an appearance, starred on that show. She made a name for herself on social media with this show. Very good. And our last music trivia question. Jared Leto, we're gonna see him coming up in the new movie House of Gucci. I'm looking forward to that. Ridley Scott with Lady Gaga and Adam Driver, Al Pacino. Jared Leto is the front man of what band? What is Jared Leto's band? I'm going to give you half a minute to come up with the answer. I'm going to give you half a minute to come up with the answer. Travis, you know the answer to this one?
I know the answer to this one.
There you go. Jared Leto, who some say is sort of a cult leader. Did you hear about that story where like Jared Leto was on his private island with like leading this seminar with his super fans, like legions of women, and then came back to the mainland, and he was so out of the loop, didn't realize a pandemic was happening.
Right. I heard about that.
That's interesting. I look forward to the tell-all documentary or weird docuseries, Nexium 2, the Jared Leto story. But in the meantime, Jared Leto, Oscar winner Jared Leto, is the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. 30 Seconds to Mars. That's why I gave you half a minute to answer that question. Jared Leto, the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. It's a shame that 30 Seconds to Mars did not have a song on the Martian soundtrack. Okay. That just seems like that would have been the perfect synergy. But thanks for dropping the ball on that one, Holly Weird. It is 12:39 on the West Coast. It is 3:39 on the East Coast. We are here for another 20 minutes or so. And I am your pal, Hal. I want to thank you for taking the time to hang out with us. Love having you here. Love being in your homes. We are with you 5 days a week on the weekdays, Monday through Friday. And coming up, we've got, one of our favorite segments, This or That. This or That. We're going to do a little This or That. And, but I'm going to cheat on the first one, Travis. Our first This or That is actually a this, that, or the other thing. What? Yes, the first one, this, that, or the other thing. So please let us know in the chat. I want to know. We are going to make definitive judgments here. Okay, I'm going to present you a question. I'm going to give you some options, and then you will tell us if which of these is the best out of all of them. And you can communicate with us by going to backchannel.tv and typing in your answers, or get your device's attention, say the thing that rhymes with Bebe Rexha, then the word say, and then put your answer after that. Say, Hal, I'm so excited for this or that. Say this. Say that. Or in this case, say the other thing. Here is your first this or that. Your first this or that question is pancakes, French toast, or waffles? Yes, I asked the tough question. That is an age old conundrum. All good, all doughy, all bready, all gluteny, all syrupy and buttery. Pancakes, French toast, waffles. Which is it? The flapjacks, the pancakes. You pour the pancake batter into the frying pan. When it gets crisp on one side, you flip it. That's fun. Just the making of it, kind of fun. You can flip them high in the air. Oh, there we go. There we're looking at all three. Some good stuff. We got some strawberry waffle. We got some pancakes with like, is that walnut? Are those walnuts on the top of that pancake? Okay. And then we have French toast with banana and blueberry. Yummity, yum, yum, yum. I am going to leave here starving. Okay. So we got pancakes. Then you got French toast. You dip them in the batter with the eggs and everything. You take the nice piece of bread. You have a nice piece of sourdough, maybe a nice piece of, for my Jewish brothers and sisters out there, a nice piece of challah, a nice piece of challah, challah at your boy, challah bread. And then you fry that up in a pan. Oh, delish, just delish. Or we go on waffles. Waffles are fun because waffles got all those nooks and crannies on them where the butter and the syrup get caught and you get a little pool, and you pour it into the waffle maker and you close it up, and then you open up the waffle maker and you're done. You got toaster waffles, so you throw those in there, your Eggos. So waffles, they're all classic breakfast staples. If you want a nice hearty breakfast, which are you going with? My mom, Deborah Rudnick, says French toast. Okay. Stacy, any thoughts? Stacy in Texas. Olivier, any thoughts? Talk to your device. Use the word say. Let us know. Waffles. Let us know. French toast. Let us know. Flapjacks. I'll know what you're talking about. That means pancakes. So, Travis, come on in. Where do you weigh in on this?
Whoo, this is tough. This is tough. This is the hardest thing I've
Yeah,
ever had to
right?
decide.
Okay, Travis, I'm gonna paint a picture for you, and I want you to take it in this scenario
Mhm.
because we all know this is good breakfast food, but like if let's say you've been out at the bars, it's 2 a.m. You and your friends stumble into a diner. All three of these things are on the menu. You are famished. What direction you going in?
Speaking for myself and
Yes,
only myself,
yes.
pancakes, because they
Mm-hmm.
can be an effective side dish. French toast and waffles, they kind of feel like they got to be the main course. And more often than not, that's just too much. It's too much of that. No, you can get a side. You can get pancakes instead of toast on the side with some eggs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, you can get some silver dollar pancakes. Game changer right there. So we got one for French toast. We got one for pancakes. And you know what? I'm just going to make it a three-way tie by going waffles because chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles have like, also you have waffle cones. Different. I know. Don't stop screaming. Stop screaming. I know waffle cone is different from waffles, but chicken and waffles. Listen, there's an iconic franchise here in Los Angeles called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And if you just want a meal that you will have to take an immediate nap after, but you will love every minute of it. Oh, so good. And you just got the sweet and the salty. There we go. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Also, young Hal learned about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles from the Quentin Tarantino movie Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is shouted out uh, in Jackie Brown. There's a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles shout out, and I enjoyed that. I think Samuel L. Jackson says he'll take Chris Tucker to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles before he puts a bullet in him. For that, for just like this resurgent, because you've after like Roscoe's is an OG spot. It's been around forever. The but the chicken and waffle combo, it's just gotten more and more popular. So we solved nothing today. We are right where we started, three-way tie between pancakes, French toast, and waffles. Listen, all equally good. Maybe there shouldn't be a clear-cut winner here. Maybe the conversation continues. All right, we got one more this or that, one more this or that. And here is the question. You're going on vacation. Would you rather go to a tropical beach, or would you rather go to an amazing city? City or beach vacation? There you have it. City or beach. You go to the beach. You are maxing and relaxing. You probably got some good seafood, sitting on the beach with a pina colada, the sunsets on the beach, swimming in the ocean, a lot more just like lazy kickback relaxation. Or do you want to go to a great city, nightlife, restaurants, beach versus city? There it is. There it is. Travis, in the words of my mother, you are very good at Googling. City, you got beautiful architecture, buildings. Beach, you got the natural like rock formations and sites. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Paris, France. This is a tough one. I don't know. Let's take a look at a beach, Travis. Yeah, anything at all. El Segundo. All right, that would not have been my first destination. Yeah, click on that first beautiful picture. Fill the screen with it. Very nice. Yeah, gorgeous. I mean, look at that water. Look at that crystal blue ocean. Oh my God. Lovely. My mom chiming in. She's up for a beach day. Adam joined the stream. Adam, great to see you here. Thanks for joining the party. We're asking a question right now. Would you rather go on vacation at an exotic tropical beach locale or a very cool city of your choice? Let us know in the chat, and you can chat with us by using talking to your device, get your device's attention, and then use the word say, and then tell us beach all day, baby, or I'm a city guy. I want to pick a beautiful city and go on vacation there. City, you've got the nightlife options, and you've got like you can go to concert venues, you can go to bars, you can go to restaurants. Beach, you are just chilling, you are just maxing and relaxing. So my mom says beach. Travis, do you have a choice?
Without a doubt, no
We all
question.
know Travis has been very upfront with the fact that he's never been west of, he's never been east of Idaho.
That's correct. That's correct.
So not a ton of vacations yet under your belt. But if you were to take a huge vacation, what would you choose?
I
Beach or
would
city?
100% take the city. Look, I live next to the beach. I live next to the
Mm-hmm.
ocean. I don't go there. I have negative melanin. I don't even burn. I just burst into flames. I don't
Right.
like sand very much. And it's when I like looking at it, I'll be sort of in the area of it, but after about a
Right.
half hour, I'm like, well, that's the beach for you. Versus a city, to me, there's just so much more to engage with. There's a whole culture of the city itself, and I can be indoors if the sun's out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Similar for me. I would pick city because I too live 45 minutes, half hour from the beach. Never go. I go like twice a year maybe. And when I'm there, like I'm on the PCH, I go to the PCH and like I'll get seafood somewhere. I don't like take off my shoes and walk in the sand. Uh, I do like the idea of just being a lazy bum and sitting
You can do that in the
by
city.
you could do that in the city. You could do that in the city. So
And
right now, it looks like City for the win. Looks like City for the win on this or that. And that has been this or that pancakes, waffles, and French toast three-way tie. City edges out Beach. And now let's go to our final segment of the show. This is rejected segments. We were going to do these segments and then thought better of it because it would have been uh it would have been a nightmare. It would have been just a boring and or off-putting nightmare. The first rejected segment today is deep dive into minor league baseball stats. Deep dive into minor league baseball stats. So we're talking the minor league baseball teams like the Toledo Mud Hens, the El Paso Chihuahuas, and other minor league franchises. There are some weird names. Listen, minor league team names are fun, but do you really want to hear the statistical output of the backup infielder for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes? I don't know if you do. So we saved you from 15 minutes straight of that. We would have gone to the minor league baseball reference guide. And listen, I appreciate the athletes who are out there, making it happen with big dreams. There we go. The Albuquerque Isotopes. Oh, here are some great. The the Gwinnett for a second there, I got very alarmed. There's a team called the Gwinnett Stripers, but I thought for a second there was a minor league team called the Gwinnett Strippers. And first of all, like I would have loved that. Like they don't people like need to go for it in regards to team names sometimes. So that would have been fun. The Hartford Yard Goats, the Hickory Crawdads. These are just great. Like this is a for real segment. Okay, let's save this. Let's put a pin in this and come back to the minor league names, Travis. But minor league names, good. Deep dives into minor league stats like um, Herbert Jenkins had 54 runs batted in last season. He had 2 stolen bases. Next up, Craig Lyman. Craig Lyman had 5 home runs. He batted 270. Yeah, it just would have been 15 minutes of that. So bye bye. And the other rejected segment that we did not do today, Hal smells the leftovers in his fridge. Can we get a picture of some leftovers, Travis? Uh, on Hal smells the leftovers in his fridge. First off, you would have seen me like it would have been like 10 minutes of me doing stuff like this. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, so, like, I would have been opening Tupperware, I would have been peeling back Saran wrap. Also, I didn't wanna put you through that, and I feel like it would have been unfair to my wife. It would have been putting my wife on blast for, like, what we keep in our fridge. That's a little bit personal, okay? And also, y like, you don't it would have been cumbersome. It would not have been a good segment. A rejected segment for good reason. Folks, I want to thank you for hanging out. We have gone 2 hours of just nonstop fun. It's been a good time. I appreciate you being here with your pal Hal. I want to say thanks to all the folks at Backchannel. Don't forget to stick with Backchannel throughout the day. There are shows, there are fun chit chats, games, and all sorts of stuff for you to interact with. I want to thank producer Travis for lighting my way in the darkness. And again, thank you for hanging out with us and participating. We're here 5 days a week from 11 to 1 p.m. on the West Coast, and 2 to 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Have an amazing weekend. And don't forget, it's the last weekend before Thanksgiving. So hopefully you've got a nice 3-4 day weekend coming up next week to look forward to. And thanks again for hanging out. I'm your pal Hal signing off. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye bye.